Good afternoon and welcome to Houston Real Estate Today. I'm your host, Steve Levine, publisher of Real Estate Executive Magazine and Builder Architect Magazine. My pleasure to host this show every single week right here on this station, and you picked a great time to tune in. We have a terrific show today with a realtor we love and has been on our show before, Miss Heidi Albritton with Keller Williams Pearland. And we've got Chuck and Shivani, even though Chuck's not going to do most of the talking, it'll be Shivani, which is the way it is in my household too. And they're with NTech, and they do soil testing and engineering, and we're going to talk to them about soil testing and why that's so important, whether you, for building a home or building on a home. So we're going to talk to them a little bit. And my buddy Corey DiBerardino is back with us with Urban Financial, taking the place of Renee Sabater, who was on here last week. Yeah, he can't have too many turns, Corey. You and Tommy's got to come on the show more often.
We do, Steve. Thank you for having us.
Well, it's always a pleasure. Urban Financial has been our sponsor, major sponsor since day one, and good friends and great information. And we're going to have Corey back on the third segment of the show, I believe. But if you're listening in on the station, or you've got listening on the internet, you can go to, or if you want to listen to the internet, it's HoustonRealEstateToday.com, and click on the CNN logo, and you can hear the show anytime. And all shows are archived on HoustonRealEstateToday.com as Google Videos. Mr. Andy Valadez, my partner in Marketing Dynamics, is doing the video today. Connie Parsons in Washington, D.C. She's with Lasting Impressions, and she's usually here. We miss her. She usually fixes my hair before we go on the air. Andy, you didn't do that.
Next time.
You'll fix me up so I look good with the headset on. Got a great show today. We're going to talk about the Houston real estate market today, right now, with somebody actually in the market doing it. Don't listen to those news reports. It's not for you, Houston, about the gloom and the doom. Listen to somebody actually doing the business and not a reporter. And we're going to talk about country homes in Brazoria County, specifically Magnolia Bend, which is a great property. We're going to talk more about that with Heidi. We're going to talk about the importance of soil testing, as I said a few moments ago, with some experts in that field, with offices all over the country and in India. And we're going to talk about what's happening in new homes in Brazoria. So let's get right on to it. Heidi Albritton, Keller Williams Pearland, what a pleasure to have you back.
Thank you, Steve. I just enjoy being on this program.
It's a great program. I love the diversity of information we have here, all kinds of different subjects, and not just one from the host perspective. God knows I don't know anything, so I don't want to be asking the questions.
Oh, that's not true.
So if you bring on experts with great information, people will tune in, regardless of who the host is. So anyway, let's get right to it, Heidi. Tell me, how is the real estate market today?
It is awesome. It is awesome. I was on about a month ago, and I'm going to tell you again, the market is doing great in Houston. Don't let anybody fool you.
That national news is not for your ears, Houston. You listen to the experts actually doing the business. And what area do you focus on? I know your office is in Pearland, and what specific areas do you focus on?
I focus generally all in Brazoria County. I do have some listings in Galveston County, but I focus mainly in Brazoria County, in the country.
And that includes Rocheron as well?
Yes, it does.
And do you find yourself working more with buyers these days or sellers?
I work with both. I've got a lot of sellers right now, but I also have a lot of buyers.
Buyers come in locally within the market, or are they reloads? Or?
A lot of people are coming in. I've got some people coming in from Louisiana, from Pittsburgh. So they're coming all over. I think they're realizing that Houston is a great market, great jobs. It's a great place to live with this warm weather.
Absolutely. We are blessed with our climate, although we can complain about the weather anytime. It's too hot, it's too cold, it's too this, it's too that, but Houston, I can't wait for it to get cold, and it's it's winter weather. Oh God, it's so cold. I wish it would warm up. So
right.
We're kind of spoiled in Houston with our climate, and also we've got a lot of jobs. We're one of the top 4 markets in the U.S. for job growth. We're one of the top markets for housing and development. And I know you work with a lot of builders, and we'll talk about that when we get to Magnolia Bend. That builders still have confidence in the market, still have confidence in the consumers, and we're going to talk about their building and what that really means. So, okay, let's talk about your real focus. I mean, I love, everybody has a different diversity of expertise that we bring on the show. This is our 28th broadcast. 28, actually 27, because you're back here. 27 different realtors, but your area is really country. country properties and country estates, and why did you pick that?
I'm a country girl, so I just love it. I've got my horses and my dogs and my cats, and I have acreage, and I just feel like it's a wonderful lifestyle.
It is. It's not for everyone.
It's not, no.
But you're finding people want more space and they want more land. What are some of the other reasons that people want a country property as opposed to something in the suburbs or inner loop?
Well, I think a lot of it would just be the lifestyle, being able to see the stars at night, being able to have some animals if you want, and horses or some dogs and cats. And I think it's just a lifestyle of just peace and quiet.
Absolutely. Now, when your buyers, are they looking for more acreage or looking for larger homes? Tell me what kind of home comes with. Well, I guess it could be any home.
It can, absolutely. I have people looking at wanting to start a 2,000 square foot home, and I've had some that are looking at 6,000 square foot homes on an acre lot. It just depends on what they're looking for. It just, again, it's going to depend on their lifestyle. It's going to depend on where they want to be and what style home they want to be in.
What would determine the cost per acre of a country property in Brazoria County? What would differentiation be?
And the cost per acre would be closer into Houston area. The farther out you get, the farther down south you go in Brazoria, you're going to pay a little bit less for the acreage. But in Magnolia Bend, the country development that we're starting in Magnolia Bend, it's very close to Pearland.
Let's talk about Magnolia Bend. Great community. We talked about it last time on the show. Got some great response to it. Tell me about that new development you're working with, some of the folks down there, and something about that property.
Sure. It's a new development that's going in. They're 1 acre lots, 55 lots to start in phase 1. They're starting at $54,900. We have custom packages, custom builders, and land packages starting at $250,000. So you can get a pretty good, a 2,000 square foot home on a 1 acre lot, and keep it priced between $250,000 and $300,000.
Who are some of the builders you work with down there?
I work with Schumacher, and I work with Appreciation Homes, and we want to work with as many custom home builders as we can. I work with builders and partners in building, and so we work with as many as we can. You choose your builder out there, so it works out real nice if you want a 2,000 square foot home or a 10,000 square foot home.
Specifically, where is Magnolia Bend located? How would one get there?
Well, it's in Iowa Colony, which is just south of Pearland. It's about 5 miles south of Pearland on Highway 288, and you're going to go on to take a left on County Road 63, and just follow County Road 63. It's right directly behind the Iowa Colony City Hall. They do have a city hall.
So what would be the commute time from say downtown or from the Loop to 288 to Magnolia Bend? 30
minutes.
Of course, depends on the time of the day.
Absolutely. I was going to say the traffic, but yeah, 30 minutes.
If you have a helicopter or not.
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds good. They can put a helipad down there.
Absolutely.
So, tell me about, you've got other country listings other than what you're working with at Magnolia Bend. Tell me about some of those listings you have. I
have some wonderful country properties. I have anything from 1 acre and a nice home up to 5 acres. Just anything that you're looking for. I have homes that are horse property and homes that are in a great location but still closer into the city. So I have just about anything you'd want to find in a country home or land. I have also land out in Rocheron in the Sun Creek developments. So I can just about find you anything you're looking for if you want to live out in the country.
Would country estates, would there be something on the water?
Absolutely.
Lake or pond or something?
I sure do.
People love the water.
They do. They do.
And so, give me kind of an idea. How many sellers do you work with, or how many buyers do you work with, or are they all country property
I work
buyers?
with a lot. I also work within the city also with some sellers. I do have some listings in City Park, which is just right outside of Pearland heading north, which is a great location to the medical center. So I do have some city listings, but I do specialize in the country.
I would think that Magnolia Bend is also a great location for a second home.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
We'll hear from Corey about interest rates and FHA later, and where the market is financially. We'll hear from him in just a little bit, and get a bearing on a second home. But I hear a lot of folks are investing in second home properties now.
They sure are.
So that'd be a good one. You'd be a good one to call for that.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Let's look at the general real estate side, just for those tuning in that looking for a different kind of property in a loop or one of the other hot areas. Should somebody price a home high and bring it down? Do you think?
No.
List it with a realtor and bring it down?
No.
How do you know where to price that home which would be right for today's market?
Well, there are three things that are going to sell your property. It's going to be price, condition, and location. And depending on the condition and the location, that's how we price it. But if you're pricing your home 5 to 10% below market value right now, they're moving. They're moving and they're going fast. When people tell me it's a seller's market or it's a buyer's market, you know what? It's a buyer's and seller's market. It depends on who you're working with. If I'm working with buyers, it's a buyer's market. If I'm working with sellers, I'll make it a seller's market. I'm going to price those homes right, and we're going to get them sold.
That's absolutely. It's a buyer's market for those that are buying and a seller's market for those that are selling. Not every market can you say that.
No, absolutely not. Coming from Colorado, and I see what the market's doing there, we should be very, very thankful that we live in Houston, Texas.
Great time to buy, great time to sell. Are you finding mortgage money for your folks?
Absolutely. With the help of Corey, I am.
There you go. Yes, Urban's a great company.
Yes.
And from the seller side, I would be a little nervous to put my home on the market now. I'd worry about so much competition, foreclosures, what have you. What would your advice be to me about trying to sell my home at this time?
Price it right.
Price it right.
Price it right.
We've talked on a lot of shows about the importance of home staging. Something as simplistic as a fresh coat of paint and a little bit of landscaping and cleaning up out front really does a lot of difference for a home and getting it sold. Truly, homes are as much aesthetics as floor plan.
Absolutely. And that would, again, be the price, the location, and the condition of the property. If you can have the price and you stage it right, you've got the home sold.
Sometimes it's tough, I imagine, to come to a seller and say, well, you got too much clutter, this has to go, that has to go. Have you ever had to deal with that?
Absolutely.
No names or anything?
No names, no names. Love all my sellers, yes, but I have dealt with that. And you know what? They listen. They really do. They want to sell their home as bad as you want to sell it for them. So absolutely, and we just have to be truthful with them and tell them.
Well, people in the market think they can do things on their own, and they probably could, but it's a lot better to have representation, isn't it?
Absolutely, and that would be one thing I'd please tell the for sale by owners, is that, get somebody that can help you, because it is a hard market out there, and the longer that home sits on the market, it has a stigma to it, and people wonder why it's not selling. So absolutely, in this market, you need to get some professional help.
There's another concern about trying to sell your home on your own is a security factor that you really don't know who's knocking on your door or who's coming in to check it out, and news stories are full, particularly in today's economy, with people just looking to maybe leave a door open or window open or see where the valuables are. So it's a challenge. So you want representation. You want somebody who can qualify the consumer before they get there, and you don't want to have to be there 24/7 and open it up and what have you. You want to make sure that there's somebody out there that's representing your side of the transaction, and it really is a great investment to have a realtor involved, isn't it?
Absolutely, and the security is a big thing. I watch the for sale by owners having people just come through their home, and again, not being pre-qualified is the most important, as Corey will tell you. It's so important to be pre-qualified, and they don't know if those people can even afford to be walking through that home. And, they might love it, but can you buy it?
So you might be wasting your time, and you might be putting yourself at a great risk, for sure. Well, tell me, Heidi, how would someone get a hold of you?
It is 832-657-4185 is my cell phone, or HALLBRITTON@kw.com. 832-657-4185.
And the website?
I want you to definitely go to www.magnoliabendlots.com, and that'll show you what I've got out there for you in some lots.
Excellent. Well, Heidi, it's been such a pleasure to have you back on the show again. I hope you come back again with your builder friends like Schumacher.
I will.
And we'll be right back after just a few messages, so don't you go away. And Heidi, thank you for being on the show once again.
Thank you.
All clear.